Good morning, YouTube. Hey, today we're going to cut out a couple stringers, hopefully. And, I don't know, work on the boat. Stick with me. Welcome to my life. All right, YouTube. So it's been really hectic around here lately. A lot going on. I've just been busy with putting in the road and the farm and here and trees, and this spring, and I'm mowing again. So that takes up a day every week. So I just got behind on some of my normal duties. And so yesterday I spent washing up the rides. They were pretty nasty from just neglect. Well, I've been running the good truck. I've been running the excavator and tractor out to the farm because it's easier to turn it around up there. The dump truck, you know, now that there's a road, it'll be better. But if there's any moisture at all, I can't get the dump truck to the top of the hill to turn around. So trying to fix that, of course, by putting in the road. But anyway, I got the wife's car washed. And I even washed the old farm truck. Got it cleaned up too. Well, that sun's bright. That's nice. So anyway, we're gonna get back at this boat. Gonna go ahead and start trying to cut a couple more of the pieces in. Maybe one of the stringers that I can. On the very far right side, and we'll go from there. We'll see what we get done. I don't know what this video is going to be all about. I don't know if it's going to be just today or if this will be a couple days worth of video, but we're going to do something. All right, so the next piece of the puzzle, I think, is going to be this board that goes right here. I'm actually going to bring it out further, a little bit further, because I'm going to attach board this way. It's got to be 3/4 inch here, but then I'm going to attach a board this way across here to that. So it needs to come out at least 1 3/4 inches from there. And then I want to go all the way back to here. So yeah, that's the next project. So I'm going to get to work on making a template for this and then getting that cut out. And we'll go from there. All right, let's get to work. All right, so we got our little handy dandy pattern here. Let's get this transferred onto here, and let's start building a boat back. I guess I'll do it like that. It's a fine line trying to maximize your boards, you know. I don't know all the patterns yet, but you gotta do the best you can to try to save as much wood as you can. Somewhere right in there is where that should be about right. Okay, let's get her tar drawn out on here and let's get her cut out. It looks like we got a little trimming to do. She does fit in there pretty decent, but we got a little trimming to do here. She's a little loose there. We got that off, and then I think trim this just a little bit here. I think we'll get her. Yeah, somewhere in there. I think she's touching in there. So we'll just trim off that and that, and I think we'll have her. I mean, she's pretty dang. Yeah, so you can't go back any further. I think we better trim this off first and then we'll play with that after that, because I think it's going to go up once that's gone. So let's do that, and then we'll get her back in here again. All right, that's in there good. Okay, perfect. All right, that's why I want that one to fit. Now it's touching in two little places, and I know people aren't gonna like that, but you know, it is what it is. And of course we'll resin all this in. Oh, that's not even back. Shoot, I'm not shooting this. Oh, she's not gonna touch it all, is she? Yeah, she actually falls down in there very. All right, it's very good. All right. All right. So we'll work on this board now. I think I can pretty much just measure this one. It's gonna be, I mean, it's square, right? So it's not a rectangle, so it's not a big angle or anything like that. We'll get that sucker cut out and get figuring on it. I'm liking it. We're actually making headway today. Hey YouTube, while we're doing this, let me show you Neil's boat real quick. Neil is one of our subscribers, and he did a lot of cool stuff on his boat. Check this out. So this is Neil Newhall's 1973 Lurs, I guess, L-U-H-R-S. It's a T360. But anyway, it's pretty cool. He did a lot of work underneath, and then he painted his bilge wells, and then he added LED lights in there. So I thought this was pretty cool. And thanks, Neil. Appreciate you sharing this with us. All right, so I think if I just shave this a little bit out here, you know, it's going to be maybe a little more than that. Yeah, somewhere right in there. You know, it kind of fades or something there. But if I cut that out, I think this whole board will go, we'll be able to come down, and it'll be down all the way across the bottom here, close enough that I can feel it, right? So we'll work on that. And once I get that done, then I'll come across and cut this top and make it fit nice. But yeah, let's get this shaved out of here and see if we can get her to get in there. Pretty good fit though. Pretty good fit for first cut. All right, so we'll shave this down a little bit. Try to knock her down, get the sucker down on the floor or towards the floor so we can fill her in the gaps. And this is a ridiculous gap here now. And then we'll go from there. All right, let's get this out of here and do it all again. All right, so we're gonna cut this off right here. Oh, I hate this part. All right, let's get done. going on here? Got wider, got longer. That's what I'm afraid of, is it's not. Alright, so I didn't cut this because I didn't think I was right, but I am right. There's a knob here, so I need to shape this around this knob, really. Kind of starts exactly where I marked. So let me get this shaved off a little bit, and then we'll get her knocked back in there. Because what it's not doing is it's not going totally back because of that right there. So I don't want any gaps. So let's shave that up a little bit. And then I think we got her. It's looking good. So, all right, let me take this out and shave it, and we'll get busy. Ooh, just getting in and out of the boat alone is a workout. All right. Dang it. Well, I kicked back on it. Guess we were filling that with resin. Darn it. Oh well. Oh, yeah. Oh. All right, YouTube, so we got this board in. It's looking pretty good. I'll have to put a clamp here and pull it tight because the old board must have been pretty bowed, original board. But she fits really good. The only place I don't really like is it's a bigger gap here than I like. You know, but we'll fill that in with thickened resin. It is what it is, right? So, but other than that, she looks really good. So she's coming along. So we got 3 pieces cut. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece just so I have it done. One that goes along here. We won't put that in right away, but when I resin those boards to the walls, I may use the board that goes here as like a push prop, just so it's there, you know. And then I also will have it cut out, so that'll be nice to have it fitted as well, so it's ready to go when I do get to the point of putting it in. So, yeah, we'll just get her cut and fitted and go from there. I think. Yeah, I think that's good. I get that fitted in there, then I can just kind of push it in and it'll push those boards. I think that's the way to go. So we'll give that a whirl. Hey, so the grass really came back in after the flood. If you remember, the flood was up to these rocks. Sorry for the weeds, I haven't sprayed them yet. But the grass really came in back in nice after being covered with mud. It took it a little bit, but she's coming back. Down here, it gets a little rough here on the end where it washes down, but still pretty muddy. We had some good rain here yesterday, or day before yesterday. It's a little muddy down here, but yeah, my dock took a beating the other day. Looks like I need to let it out a little more. All right, so I'm tracing out my pattern here, and I started on this side, and I was like, well, that's dumb. I'm wasting wood. I'm wasting all this wood. So I flipped it back. I flipped it around the other way. So sorry about all the lines, but basically, this is my 8 inches. It goes all the way down to the front of the boat. I'm coming about a foot back, and then going up 4 inches, making an angle, going up to my 21 inches across the top. And I think that'll support the floor above it. And then this allows me to still have room to get my arms in there, plenty of room to fiberglass the back side of this, which I'll have to do when I'm inside there. So I know my diagram looks a little funny. Originally I was just going at an angle, and I was like, well, 4 inches, and I get my arm straight, you know, and I get right back in there and work that fiberglass angle. It just gives me more room to work in there. I know coming straight down would be more structural, but I think this will do the job and give me access, because I'm kind of building this backwards, right? So we'll cut this out and we'll set her in there and see how she looks. I'm sure there'll be some shaving and whatever else, but it'll get us started. All right, let's get busy. All right, so that looks pretty good. So that'll give me room to reach around in there, do some fiberglassing as I need. Of course, I'll be able to get my arm in there like this, but yeah, ooh, that's gonna fall. There we go. All right, let's go get her in. All right, YouTube. So, man, this one just went right in. I mean, first time. She fits nice. Fits snug. I know this would be more structural if this one's straight down, but I think, you know, I've got to have access to get in there and get the backside of that fiberglass. So I think this will work. The angle. It gives me plenty of room to get in there and fiberglass the backside. So I get it, but I think that's the best. But boy, she fit right in there. I'm really happy with the fit. It fits. Actually, it fits better than the other board. You'll still take a lot of fiberglass underneath, but that's okay. But yeah, we're moving along. This is pretty exciting. Now, of course, I won't put this in until I get my drains and field lines back in. I'll get that done here before long, or at least I'll have them hooked up so that those will all be in and hooked up. And then I need to get my field lines up, because I'm getting further and further away from being able to reach up in there. But I can go ahead and fiberglass this end, that end, and that end if I choose to. Not really sure I want to do that yet, but I guess we'll figure that out. I wasn't expecting this to go this well. It's pretty cool. All right, well, let me go figure out what we're gonna do. All right, so we've been pretty successful under here. I'm really digging it, but I don't think I want to go into fiberglass right now. I think I'm going to take these toolboxes out up here and shed some light down there. I should have done that a long time ago, but I think I'm going to try to take those out. There's a lot of stuff in here that I need to take out on this side, and I think fiberglass is just one of those things where I need to start first thing fresh in the morning and work on that. So I'm going to do this instead. I'm just going to get these little suckers pulled out of here, and yeah, they need a lot of work anyway. But that'll give me light and access below. And I'm going to do this side too. I don't know why. I don't really know what's under. Look at that spider. Ooh. Yeah. That's a fiberglass spider. He likes fiberglass. So anyway, I don't really know. I'm just going to take these out. They need to be cleaned up anyway. and I just want to be able to get light and see down in there maybe a little better. Some of you suggested that a long time ago. I should have done it a long time ago, but you know, whatever. So that's what I'm gonna work on now. So I guess I never pulled these drawers out because they're full of stuff. I mean, there's tools and big old hooks and I don't know, wasp nests. I can get rid of those. I guess we threw the locks in here because that's where the locks are. A bunch of leaders and pretty wild. All right, yeah, I guess I never. Ooh, that's repel. It's killing some old spark plugs and a wrench to swap out spark plugs and old air horn and some other tools. Yeah. Well, there you go. A little repair stuff there. All right, let's get this box in here. Oh, it's still holding in. Oh, in the very back, probably. Oh, not sure. I don't think that's it. No, I don't think that's it. Might be though. Huh. Everything in the front's moving. Something in the back ain't moving. Oh, there's a screw through here. Oh. I guess they screwed in from the top and the back. Hold the weight. It's probably pretty smart, actually. All right. All right, better looking here. Oh, mud daubers and wasps. Great. All right, so that's pretty good access to all this stuff here. Pumps and hoses and whatever. What a mess. What a mess. So you can see how that water tank's sitting in there over there. That's going to be a little bit of trouble pulling that out, I think. And this water pipe has a little bridge across here, just a scrap piece of wood that this water pump's mounted on too. So we're going to take that out just so we can pull that board out of there. And then, yeah, it looks pretty simple from there over. That'll add some new challenges to the whole deal, is those tanks, the way they're sitting there, but we'll figure out a way to prop them up and then put the side on and go from there. Problem is I got a fiberglass in front of them, so we'll have to figure that out. We'll have to really study that, I guess. All right, so I think that the switch here is missing. I think it used to have a switch here that would select between pumping the water to the deck over here or recirculating it back into the live well, because it would pull from here and pump to there. But the pump that wouldn't make a lot of sense though, that the pump would drain from there. Oh no, that's going outside. All right, so that keeps the height. So that's just a height, that's an exit. No, it must pull in from underneath, pump into here and drain out there. And that's the main drain for it. And there's no pump for there's no water for the, and that's why it would be selective. One would push the water from the leg back in there, the other one would pump it out there to where you can wash the deck off. And that's not hooked up. All right, so then on the freshwater tank, there's just a little teeny pump down there, and then that pumps into this sink here. So that makes sense. So the freshwater is just for this sink. Seems a little silly, but that's what it's for. So you have a freshwater tank, runs a little sink here, and then nothing nothing pumps to that front, but I bet you there was a valve there. This went to that valve, and that valve selected between putting the water on the tank or regenerating the water in here, and it would just pull it out of the lake. All right, well, now we know more. All right, let's see what's behind door number 2. Ooh, that's a heck of a wash mess, huh? Wow. Guess I really didn't pay attention to these very well. More mud dauber. Man, this thing's everywhere. There's no access to this one. This one's built with a board in the bottom, which I wonder if that was built that way originally too, and they took it out to gain access underneath that side. So it makes sense that was the way it was, but having access is pretty good. So we'll leave it like this for sure. Very cool. Well, we learned a lot today, that's for sure. It's getting windy. But if I pull those pumps and these wires, I can get this stupid tube out of the way in the center, which has got to get out of the way. There's no way I can do all this with that stuff there. Which I think I'll work on that. I'll be used to working on my other side. Alright. Better take some pictures of this. These are the pump wires. Alright YouTube, so I got that pump out of there and I'm looking at that back board, and I know I'm only seeing the top, but that back board actually looks healthy, which is amazing. The other one on the other side was pretty healthy at the top but not at the bottom. So this one I'm going to prod at. It'd be great if I wouldn't have to get in there to get that one. If I could just stop at this fiberglass wall, put a piece of wood in there, fiberglass it to it. But I need to prod at that quite a bit just to figure out what's going on with it. Like I said, the one on the other side was pretty healthy at the top but not at the bottom, so we'll prod on that quite a bit, get in there. I may even have to drill a little core out of it or something just to check it, and then go from there. Again, it is what it is if I have to get to it, but at the same time, if I don't have to get to it, then I'm going to try not to get to it. We'll see. But it looks really good from here, but you know, looks are deceiving from the side, we know that already. Everything else I got into is rot, so I don't know that this would be any different, except for I know that the stringer on top of that side was pretty good, and this one's up about that height, maybe a little lower, I guess. Well, I guess it's lower, it's a lot lower, but we'll check it. I other than right there. I wish there was a way to get in there and sample it. It's just gonna be hard to get to, you know. I think this is all fiberglass down, yeah. I'll get in here and vacuum all this out, but maybe we'll just do a core sample on the side and then fill that back in with resin. Check it out real good. I don't know why it looks so good. The rest of them didn't look that good when we were taking them apart. Maybe it's just where it sits, I guess. I don't know. Crazy wind. All right, YouTube, so I'm pretty happy with today's progress. I mean, it really came out nice, these stringers here. Love the work, the way the wood's going in. The plan's kind of coming together there, and I think it's pretty decent. And then, of course, we took the pump out and started exploring this other side. Probably going to do some test cores on that far stringer. Not really sure. There's a lot of issues with trying to get over there. That water tank is the biggest issue. How do you get the backside fiberglass with the tank in the way? I mean, there's no way. It's filled in with wood all the way around the tank. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do there yet. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. And then I'll, you know, it depends on how bad that stringer on that far side is. If it's bad, then I'll probably end up cutting all this out, and we'll just have to figure it out on our way, build our way back. We'll just have to figure out a way. Maybe cut this one low, and then put the water tank or fiberglass it, and then put the tank in, and then worry about the top, because the top's just support for the floor. Maybe that would work. Not really sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of at a loss on this one. So what do you do? And we know that front board's rotten if it goes all the way, but I think it might not. I think it may stop, and the tank may go on in through the floor. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what's going on there. So a lot to figure out for this side. This side's coming out great. I'm going to clean up, and I'm definitely taking a shower. And then, yeah, I guess I'll see you next week. Hey YouTube, so a lot of people ask me why my boat videos are only every other week, and I just got a lot more stuff going on than boat, even though I am retired. Today, or this weekend, we put in a bunch of trees on the edge of our property, and today I'm putting in the entrance to the road so that when I'm going in the dump truck, when I hit that hill, I tend to peel out if there's any moisture at all. So I just decided to go ahead and put the entrance in, and so that's what I'm working on today. I've been working on it almost all morning, scraping it, making it level, getting the topsoil or the grass off, vegetation, and so now I'm gonna head up and get some gravel. So let's go to the gravel pit. YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe.